Am I delusional, or can I read a full book in one day? Mind you, I am a stay-at-home mom of 3. I'm pregnant. I gotta get my sleep. There's lots of factors in this, but I feel like I can read a book in less than 24 hours if I just lock in. Technically, I guess it would be around 12 hours because, like I said, I have to sleep. And it's already 10 a.m. right now, so by 10 p.m. I'm definitely gonna be in bed. I am currently reading Where the Crawdads Sing. I feel like this is one of those books that they have you read in school, but I don't think I ever read it in school. Oh my gosh, it comes with a map. I love that. This is roughly 365 pages. I'm actually starting to think I won't be able to do this in 12 hours, but we'll see. I also do have the audiobook from Libby, which is a plus because whenever I tandem read, I get through books so much faster. My daughter wants me to lay with her because she says she's ready for a nap, which is surprising because she usually doesn't take a nap. Hopefully I don't fall asleep too. Let's see. All right, I'm on chapter 9, which is page 63. Why am I just now realizing that this was written and published in 2018? I fully thought this was like a classic, like an old book, like To Kill a Mockingbird and whatnot. Clearly, I'm a new reader. Okay, I've been reading for almost 3 years now, but I'm finding that it's easier to read than most historical books that I've read, other than like Kristen Hanna, because Kristen Hanna just does such a great job. Her writing style is amazing. But yeah, so I'm enjoying it so far. It's super easy to read. I will say when the dad, like Pa, is talking, it's hard for me. I'm like, what is he trying to say? Because like it's written in his accent, so it's like a little hard to understand, but it's enjoyable so far. I am fully invested trying to figure out what is going on, so I'll keep you guys updated. I'm literally asking for a stomachache right now, but I'm gonna eat it anyway. And I also really need chapstick. My lips are like ripping off. It sounds disgusting. Anyway, I'm on chapter 15 right now, which is about, ooh, one of my audiobooks on Libby just became available, so that's amazing. Anyway, so I'm about 25% of the way through, so we're a fourth of the way through the book, and it's only, I think, 12:30 right now. It was almost 1 o'clock now. And I'm gonna switch to the audiobook now because my daughter and I are about to just take a little walk around the neighborhood. And so yeah, I'm gonna switch to the audiobook and see how fast we can. Look at all the tomato plants. Oh my, our tomatoes are doing so good. Yeah, they're getting bigger. There's so many of them.
Like me?
Uh-huh.
Am I bigger?
Yeah. Quick update, it is already 9:38 p.m. I am 81% of the way through this book. I'm on page 298 out of 370-ish, 360. But I just checked on my Kindle to see about how long I have left based on like my reading speed. And it says I have 58 minutes left in the book, so I feel like it's doable. I just need to stay up 1 more hour and push through and read this book, and then I can officially say I read this book in a day, in like 12 hours. That's crazy. Maybe a little over 12 hours because I think I started at 10 and then I'll finish around like 10:45-ish. But I'm loving this book so far. I will give my full like thoughts and everything I have to say about this book whenever I finish, but I am loving this book so far. It's reminding me a lot of To Kill a Mockingbird, but better. Like, I don't know, like I'm just so connected with the character, the main character. I'm just so invested in this story. Let me know if you guys do this while I'm reading. If they try to like describe what a character is doing, for example, if they say like he turned the side of his lip up in a half smile, or I can't remember exactly how the author worded it, but it was something about like he threw his head back and did a closed lip smile, like showing no teeth or something like that. For some reason, every time the author does things like that, I have to act it out so I can fully get the like full scope and understanding of what the author is trying to portray in this emotion, if that makes sense. If they say like he furrowed his eyebrows and blah blah blah, like I have to, like I'll be reading and I'll be like I have to do it, like I have to act it out so I can fully understand and picture what's going on. Do y'all do that? Am I like, is something wrong? Okay, I finished Where the Crawdads Sing last night around like 10:35, so I'm super proud of myself. That's actually crazy. And Let me just go ahead and preface this by saying I absolutely love the book. I started going through some reviews, and while it has 4.37 star ratings with like 3.7 million reviews on Goodreads, which is like amazing, there are for some reason a lot of negative reviews at the top, at least on my Goodreads, that I saw, and I'm just like, why are so many people giving it 1 star? I know reading is subjective, and so there's always going to be 1-star reviews for some books, but I'm just like, 1 star, like not even 2. Like, anyway, I love the book very much. I gave it a 5-star rating. Let me just give you guys a background of the book. I'm gonna try to keep this spoiler free. I think the book is set in the 1960s, and it is about a young girl named Kaya who, we're starting out with her family just abandoning her one by one. Everyone's leaving her, and so she's kind of relying on her home, which is like this marsh area, and just kind of living off the marsh to take care of herself. And then we also have a timeline jump that fast forward to 1969, I believe, where like the super loved star athlete in the town is found dead. And so it's kind of like a murder mystery type of aspect going on as well. And then again, we jump back to Kaya growing up, learning how to fend for herself, how to take care of herself. And so in a gist, that's what the whole story is about. I found that this story isn't super plot driven, but more so, I guess towards the end it gets a little bit more plot driven, but for the most part, it is very character driven. We're learning about Kaya and how she navigates loneliness and trauma. It's a coming of age story. I also picked up, I was actually kind of surprised at myself for like picking this up, because normally when I read, it's kind of like a brain off thing, and I'm just kind of like, I'm just reading. But I also noticed, or at least I think the author was trying to show us like the juxtaposition of nature's law versus societal law. And I'm trying to keep this spoiler free, but the way that Kaya grew up living on the marsh and studying these marsh creatures and marshland, she kind of had to learn from that because she never went to school really. Her family, like I said, abandoned her, and she didn't really have anyone to tell her anything, so she just learned what she could from the marsh. And again, I got to keep this spoiler free, so I can't really go into detail on what I mean, but if you read the book, you've probably caught on to where I'm going with that. Towards the end, that unravels itself is what I'm trying to say. Like I said, there is a murder mystery aspect to it, which I didn't know going into it. For some reason, I thought this was just a simple like coming of age historical fiction type of book. I thought this was written back in like the 1960s, like published back then. For some reason, I thought this was like a classic literature that was required reading in school. I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, so I just think that the thematic elements of the book outweighed the plot. Like it really drove the story for me because it added depth and like an underlying message in the book. And I feel like some people who don't like the book probably just didn't get that, or I've seen a lot of people also say that the book was just too slow for them to get into, like it just started off boring. For me, I didn't have that problem. I was literally hooked in from the jump. Like I was very invested in the story. I didn't even want to put it down. I gave myself this like 12 hours or whatever to finish the book, but it was the perfect book for me to do that with because I didn't want to put it down anyway. Like I loved it so much. For some reason, I connected with Kaya so much, not like on a personal level, like I didn't really relate to her, but for some reason I just felt so deeply for her character, and I was just rooting for her the whole time. Probably just because she was misunderstood and not really cared for by her community. She was kind of pushed to the side and being called like dirty or the marsh girl, and nobody really cared to help her. But yeah, I think if you go into this expecting a fast-paced thriller, murder mystery, drama type of thing, you're gonna be let down. But I didn't go into it thinking that. I wasn't expecting that. So I don't know, maybe that's why I loved it so much. Yeah, like I said, 5-star. I absolutely love this book. It's definitely one of my top books now. I'm gonna recommend it to everyone. I don't know, I love it. I'm super happy that I finally read this book, and I still can't believe I read it in like 12 hours. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was all set in like one day, so hopefully I got enough clips. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.